Hi everyone, welcome back to Call to Mothering. Today I am talking about time management. As a busy mom, we have a lot going on, and it can be hard to keep all of our plates spinning at once. Managing a household, taking care of kids, and taking them back and forth to their activities, and also maybe even homeschooling is no easy task. However, there are some very practical ways that you can get a better handle on things. And I would like to give you 8 time management strategies so that you can get control of your day and also feel less overwhelmed. But before we get into that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and go ahead and ring that notifications bell so that you know anytime I upload a new video. So now the first time management strategy is set realistic goals. I used to have a to-do list about a mile long, and I had no clear plan for how to get it all done. And inevitably, I would wind up at the end of my day frustrated and defeated that I wasn't able to accomplish it all. So I began to realize that if I didn't want to get burnt out and possibly also end up resenting my family and not liking being a stay-at-home mom, I had to change things. I had to make sure that I didn't try to get all the things done. I'm a type A person, and so I want to get as many things done as possible. But in trying to do all the things, I was just getting really overwhelmed. So I had to be realistic for the things that I could actually get done in the course of a day. So I began just picking 6 main goals that I wanted to do that I could actually do in a day. And I looked at the tasks that needed to get done, and I saw what was most important. So I made a list of those things, and I set to work just checking each of those things off, which leads me to number 2, which is prioritize what's most important. We have a lot of tasks going on, a lot of plates spinning, but we need to set our priorities. We need to make sure that those are straight. Make a list of your daily and weekly tasks, and then choose the ones that are most important so that you are not focusing on the less important ones when you should really be prioritizing the things that have to really get done during the day. Things that are maybe nice to get done, but just aren't as important. So plan to do the most important things like laundry, dishes, and meal prep before others, like say cleaning the baseboards or organizing the closets. Then if you have time left over, you can tackle the less important chores. Number 3 is use technology to your advantage. Your phone can not just be used for social media notifications, but it can also be used to help you, remind you throughout the day when you need to get things done. It can actually be your best friend in home management if used well and used wisely. You can get apps that will set reminders, organize your daily schedule, even help you with grocery shopping. And so remember that it's not about doing a lot of tasks, but about doing the most important ones. Number 4 is eliminate distractions. I know, I just said to use your phone to help remind you to get things done. And our smartphones are a huge distraction sometimes, and they can also be a time suck. But the key is to use your phone to help you be effective, not to let it use you. One way to cut down on its distractions is to set aside some time specifically for social media, email, calls, and texts. So that means that you are blocking out some time, a certain amount of time for these things during the day. So you're only using your phone during the periods when you aren't supposed to be focused on your more important tasks. Number 5 is batch tasks. Just like with your phone usage, you can block out certain times during the day to batch tasks together. For instance, morning hours can be used for reading and playing and doing crafts with your kids. Nap times could be used for getting chores done. You could do laundry on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, or you can mop and vacuum on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You could also set aside some time on Sunday afternoons for meal planning. And trips to the store can also be scheduled for specific times and days as well. The things that have to get done daily, like cooking and cleaning up after each meal, can also be batched together. So right after making and eating breakfast, put the dishes in the dishwasher and then wipe down the stove, the table, and the counters. So that way you are doing a little bit after each meal, and you don't have this big cleanup job at the end of the day to do. Number 6 is establish routines. I know it sounds like a no-brainer, but establishing routines can really save you mental energy and stress. I'm not merely talking about getting up and going to bed at the same time, but planning out your weekly meals, chore rotation, and also your children's bedtimes, so that you have it all planned. And I know that it sounds like it's automated, maybe a little too automated, but it really changes things. It's a game changer. Think about it. When you don't have to worry about reinventing the wheel each week, like when was the last time I mopped these floors, and what are we gonna have for dinner? I don't know what to make. Or when was the last time we did, fill in the blank. When you're thinking about all those different things, it takes up a lot of mental headspace. And when you don't have to think about those things, your mind is free to focus on the rest of your day. And also the time that it takes to plan these things each week is freed up. And when you are planning out your routines for the days and weeks, don't forget to also plan a self-care routine. Between kids' activities and household responsibilities, we tend to give up on the time for ourselves. We give up on that fight to find that alone time because we're just trying to get everything done. But not only is self-care a really good idea for physical and emotional health, but it can also be a great time management tip. When we're tired and when we haven't fed our bodies with good, healthy food, we are often less productive and we are less organized. So this lack of clarity often contributes to more time wasted throughout the day, and also less time available to get everything done that we need to. So get quality sleep, eat a healthy diet, and also follow some other self-care tips for moms. And that can be setting aside some time for journaling, or listening to some music that you enjoy. Also reading your Bible and praying, and just getting away, maybe if it's not outside of the house, for some coffee. Maybe it's just retreating to a semi-quiet place in your house. When you do these things, you will be less stressed and you will operate at your best. Number 7 is multitask, but only when necessary. For a long time, multitasking was the most important time management tip, and it was considered the best. And then after a while, people started to notice that multitasked projects were kind of sloppy and they weren't done as well. So then people switched to, well, just focus on one thing at a time. I'd like to actually suggest a compromise between the two. I would say that you can multitask sometimes. You can pair mindless tasks with more focus-dependent ones when it's appropriate. For example, you can make calls while going on your daily walks. You can quiz your kids on spelling words or test questions when you are cleaning the kitchen. Or while dinner is in the oven, you could fold and put away the laundry. So you can definitely do two things at once sometimes. But if you are feeling more harried than helped, then it's probably time to put the multitasking aside for a while. Number 8 is delegate tasks. If you have older children, they are definitely perfectly capable of helping you out around the house with some simple chores. And this not only reduces your workload, but it also teaches them responsibility. So it is a win-win. Yes, our kids are often so sweet and they seem helpless, and we just want to help them. We end up doing everything for them. And I know that this is a hard habit to break. It's one that I had to break myself. But it really does pay off in the long run. And it is impossible for one person to do it all. And it also isn't good if we leave ourselves running ragged by the end of the week. Then we're irritable with our kids and we're not productive. So while it's tempting to cover all the household responsibilities ourselves, because we want to get it done well and we want to get it done quickly and right, putting some effort into helping your kids do different chores like loading the dishwasher or sweeping up the floors and dusting, and also setting the table, which are things that are perfectly appropriate for younger elementary age kids to do. Doing those things definitely pays off long or big dividends in the long run. So even though your days are busy and they sometimes seem, overwhelming, with some effort and planning, you can take the stress out of life, some of the stress out of life. You can also create more time for fun with your kids and quality time with your husband, and also that elusive alone time that you are wanting. So thank you so much for watching and listening. And remember, you are not just a mom.